Good evening and a very well welcome to this week's Weekender Show with Kids Voice Box, and today we're starting off with a different one. So before we begin, I'm Dan,
Ben, and Jaden,
and Oliver.
There you go, so there's the four lads for tonight, and today we're going to be talking about REFspect, because it's like, so this week all Premier League referees will be wearing the REFspect shirts that we've got on now during the warm-ups for all 10 matches, so from Saturday's games to Monday night, out the home games, yeah, of course. So yeah, and we would like to see, say you're a fan of a club and you go to your match, if you see the referees warmed up in these shirts, take a picture of them and send them in to info@don'texttheline.co.uk, sorry, it's easy to get my head around that. Anything you'd like to say?
It's been going for 20 years, so that's impressive.
That's a big one,
yeah.
20 years.
Amazing.
Yeah. We weren't even born.
No.
Yeah. If you do this longer than we've been born, that's bad.
God, yeah.
Can I just say, lads, it's nice to have all four of you back tonight.
Full house on a special week.
Yeah, because it's a bank holiday weekend. You're all supporting the REFspect. One or two of you are going to be referees. One or two of you are going to be referees. So this is how important it is for grassroots football to follow suit, because the referees are supporting all the young referees, all the referees within grassroots football. So you've got to say hats off to them. You've got the PFA, who've done the t-shirts, that the Professional Footballers Association, that they're the union basically for the Premier League players.
On,
there you go.
On the back of these shirts there is also the DXCL motto.
Hey.
I believe it's the motto.
Don't sing it.
Please don't, yeah.
Yeah, that's going on. You can tell them what's going on the weekend. Football emotions. Get behind that. Yeah.
I love that song.
Number one on the radio.
Yeah.
Radio City, number one.
Oliver could just do a couple of lines.
Number one.
But yeah, just before we go on, I've got noted down here, we've got a green card. So
yeah, there's two, so you pass them around, because
so I'm going to give the green card to Dan Patterson, and everyone else will, because that's what we've got down.
I've got one, but yeah. Thank you.
There's 20 points from four of us.
And Dan's going to meet me at Jeffrey Humble on Sunday with the no game cards, if you could all hold them up.
Got 1 week this time.
This is what we see. And posters, and he's going to make sure the tournament that he plays in, he's going to be giving them out.
Yeah.
And I think you're all wearing something that's special as well there, aren't you, lads?
Yeah. So these are for referees and REFspect. So it's an elastic wristband which holds your referee whistle. So basically, during a game, you give a throw in, you give a foul, goal kick, etc.
I can't whistle.
Yeah, bring it up. You blow your whistle, direct the play, and it's just nice. It keeps it on your wrist so you don't lose it in your pocket or wherever you hold it.
For limited time.
We're
gonna give these.
Mal will be giving them out for free.
100 referees.
You've changed it round.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Mal, how many was you said you were giving away?
Over the bank holiday
weekend.
100 referees.
Wow.
We'll get one of these.
Is this in the Premier League?
No.
I wish they'd wear them. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? The Premier League. No, the grassroots referees, young kids, up and coming referees.
Instead of the normal price, which is $4.99. So I'm saying, bit of bargain.
Why not?
We're
turning into B&M, yeah. Turning into the DXL B&M. But as we were saying just before we went on to our wristbands, as we were showing you our signs, we've got, so any teams taking part in matches, friendlies, etc. The teams, if we get lots of these given out, teams taking photos with the referee and the no ref no game posters will receive contribution medals with something. How do you say it?
Well, three teams will receive team medals.
Team medals.
With their engraving of their choice on it. For the best image sent in.
The best
one. The best image is sent in with the referee. If it's
if you ask Jeffrey Humble, get every single person in Jeffrey Humble to do it, and you.
Or any league right across the country, yeah.
I'll sound it out to my league as well, because we might get involved.
There you go.
Final game of the season.
Why not? Tell them all.
Yeah, so final game of the season tomorrow, so
Wish you luck.
get our team, well, better win,
Well,
stay in.
Yeah.
Well, you should then get your team to have a photograph with the referees.
A bit like
Yeah.
the team you support.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
And,
so we're asking everyone.
Yeah, you'll leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we are asking everyone to try our best and get these out, then get your photo with your referee and earn medals. Because when does this end?
Well, it's the last day, Bank Holiday Monday. The last game is Leicester versus Everton.
Oh,
The
so you'll
referees
leave
will be wearing the
photo-
T-shirt on Bank Holiday
the
Monday.
photos
The photos, the weekend, over this weekend.
over this weekend.
Even though
your entry.
REFspect does not end, we want it week in,
REFspect
week
never
out.
ends, yeah.
Yeah.
Because no ref, no game.
It is the
Respect the referee.
REFspect week this
It
week.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why we're all wearing this and this
Our
in mind.
shirts, yeah.
Most of the show is based off
No ref, no game.
REFspect and things that help the ref and like no ref, no game and all that. All our mottos and all our phrases we say.
Yeah.
It's,
Slogans and everything.
yeah,
So, respect on
Full emotions.
for all emotions.
Of course, yeah.
yeah, well, Ben would be good at this. Gives an example of why, what you're seeing with referees and the abuse that they take, Ben. What do you think we should do to stop that?
I think, well, you can't ever really stop it completely,
No.
because it's basically like, I'm not even going to say that because I'm not putting on levels of all that. But then, I was going to run into something as well there. And then, well, I think you've just got to keep getting into people's heads, obviously having REFspect weekends every year, and obviously it will eventually, like people hopefully will eventually understand.
Take it out a bit.
That's not right, yeah.
Well, also, you might have seen in the press and the way it's all coming over on Sky Sports about the ref cams.
Oh, yes, we did
Yeah.
speak
Yeah.
about that recently. You said the elves.
Has that been
Liverpool
confirmed
boys
to happen
league?
yet?
Yeah, they're
That-
using them.
It was on Talk
Oh,
Sport.
I think
The starters, yeah.
that will,
Prevent it. Slow
Well,
it down.
what I'd, if you're doing that, obviously respecting the referees, with that, obviously, if there's any abuse towards the referee in games, I think you've got to think about the other side of how, with decisions referees make, with getting, like, microphones on the referees in, like big
Like,
games,
Kicking
so we
back,
actually
yeah.
understand. I think it was during the Club World Cup, they actually had that and they announced to the stadium.
Well, he had audio,
Like the referee
well, he do have
announced
it
it,
with
yeah.
rugby, don't we?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
rugby does it. I don't know, every other sport does it,
Other than
but
football.
other than football.
Which like the microphone thing?
Yeah, having microphones so the referees
Well,
can
they
like say
have
about their
started
decisions.
that during
It was the Club World Cup
VAR.
that done it.
Yeah, they started it with VAR in
yeah.
the Premier League. Now,
Oh, yeah.
yesterday, when I was watching, obviously my football team get hammered.
Yeah.
When
Well,
one of
that's
our
not really
goals,
unusual.
yeah, when one of our goals was ruled offside,
Say that again.
they said through the announcement what they were looking for on VAR and what they was, why they disallowed it, etc. So say Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin was in an offside position when the ball came through to him for his finish, and his shoulder was offside by about that. It was close, but because he was that, because his body, which is shoulder now up to sleeve, is classed as in play valid.
Yeah.
It's classed as an offside.
It's because when
Which-
you
They announced through
Yeah.
club speakers, which is good to see because now you've got 40,000 fans saying,
at the end of the game, it's about 100.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you just say there, 40,000 fans.
Or
How do you think
why is
that
this allowed?
referee
It's
in the
gonna
middle
feel.
is feeling when those
Oh, yeah.
fans go against?
It's like doing a
Yeah.
massive like theatre
Parade.
play.
Yeah.
Didn't I talk about this like months ago?
Yeah.
Announcements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we didn't
yeah.
know. We didn't know. It
At least
happened.
it's becoming more common now.
Yeah, that was like the first time it ever happened.
Yeah, it was in a Spurs week, I think.
Yeah,
It was in like a friendly or something ages ago. That was like the first time it happened, and then we
Yeah.
spoke about it. But I think it's getting confirmed
And-
to happen now.
I think saying that referees might get more respect for the decisions and why they've called goals off, why they've put offsides, why everything's in place.
Well, unless it's obviously there's decisions that don't go certain teams' ways, and that should actually have gone their way. I think maybe if they explain themselves that way, we'll actually understand why they haven't give that and how they haven't actually how they haven't got the correct decision. Like that really, I think. Obviously, there was a lot of backlash with the Brighton game, and they actually got an apology off the PGMOL. Yeah,
That's spot on.
Yeah, I know that because of the blunt elbow, which
Oh,
respect
that-
goes two ways. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was I've talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Actually, I think that was last week when I talked about that of how there needed to be more. I think there needs to be more punishment for that, because obviously Mitrovic was banned basically the rest of the season.
For pushing the referee, but then a referee.
So I think that should be longer.
But do you think everyone's learning the lesson now, the Premier League players, because of that incident, has brought the attention to everyone? So these players now are thinking...
He got like a 10-game ban for physical violence with the referee.
It was
Mitrovic.
8.
Was
Yeah,
it 8?
it was 8.
Yeah.
When
I think
natural
there was
red
actually about
cards.
9 games left of the season when he's got it.
Yeah,
so
so
he
I
might
think
actually
he's
be back
played
for the
last
final
game.
one. Yeah, who've they got?
So who
Actually,
thinks
he needs
the
to
Premier
score.
League players
They'll slowly but
are
surely
the role
learn
models for the
lessons.
likes of yourselves who are playing football?
Yeah.
Would you copy their actions, do you think?
I think some people might, but as
And
you get older,
the constant charges of clubs for like surrounding the referee. I
as
think
we were saying, like third man
that
booking.
needs to be I think that
captains,
needs to not really
like, exempt,
yeah.
because captains obviously going to communicate with referees.
Yeah.
It used to be that with the captain was only allowed to go up. It's not happening, is it?
But even when Liverpool got charged, they shouldn't really have got charged, because Henson was actually keeping the players back from going to the referee, and they shouldn't have got charged. Arsenal on the other hand as well, they just go to the referee like no tomorrow. But when it comes to City doing it, they don't really charge
6
them.
players.
Yeah, they
6
don't
or 7
actually
players.
charge them.
Well, again, we all have our own opinions on
I
other
believe
teams, don't we?
keepers nowadays keep like Jordan Pickford, Hugo Lloris, captains of the club when their club captain's not playing. For example, Everton's
Who was your captain last night?
Pickford.
Was he? God, wouldn't give it to him.
Well, yeah, here's a question for you. How hard do you think it is for the referee on the pitch when these players now are going down with holding their heads when another team's on an attack?
Well, yesterday,
That was massive, especially in Leeds.
something Longstaff did it.
Sean.
Sean Longstaff was it? Yesterday, he went down in the book. Okay, yeah, it was a late challenge, but he was out of play where contact was made, and he rolling around, and then rolled onto the pitch. So Pickford pushed him to the side, and he had snapped and someone, and he did it again 2 minutes later, where he went down holding his ankle. Someone lifted him up to move him, and he jumped up, got into his face, and went back down holding his ankle, which shouldn't happen.
But it's unwanted pressure for the referee, because at the end of the day, he's blowing that whistle thinking that player is genuinely being hurt.
Genuinely injured. And
Now,
you've got to blow even if it's a fake
Yeah.
injury.
Is it the players now? You know, are they going on it and kidding the referee?
Well, one of the players got injured yesterday at the Everton match for cutting down a counter-attack of Everton. And then he ended up getting a yellow card, obviously closing down attack and play. But
I think it was Andre Madden, wasn't it, who was your referee last night?
Yeah,
I think he had a great game,
He
to
did.
be honest.
he did.
I really did. He got everything correct.
Obviously, I have my opinions on certain referees, such as Andre Maradona. I all right
He's
in
quite a
doing
good
that.
referee.
I think it's Liverpool's game against Tottenham. They couldn't have given them a worse than referee and all the officials and that. They've got David Coote on VAR. You've got who is he might have learned from this, but he's not good when he gets quite a lot of decisions wrong.
Confused decision making.
Such as literally he refereed Liverpool's game against Brighton in the FA Cup and didn't send Fabinho off, even though he should have. Even though he should have, and only gave him a booking. I don't know how Fabinho never gets himself sent off.
He's got like 12 bookings this season, hasn't he?
He's expecting a sending off, though, isn't he?
He is expecting a sending off, because in that game he was like, I think he was
Ongoing,
walking off the pitch himself. And didn't get booked, and was like turned around and done his face raise like that. Like he does every single time. It's a bit like Thiago's face every time he does that. But like that I think is obviously that's
Same again,
Obviously
says
opinions,
he's
yeah.
expecting a red card,
Yeah.
but it's the referee's decision.
yeah.
And like
I don't
when you
they
say
even
that,
check VAR, and I don't know how that didn't get given.
Yeah.
Someone's got a bias towards.
Fabinho.
Someone doesn't like
Well,
Brighton.
well, let's go
Might
off
be
the
fans.
let's go off the Premier League as the referees, and let's talk about the grassroots, the young kids,
yeah.
yourselves.
Well, now,
Now there's 40,000 fans having a go at one referee.
referee there.
They've got the
But
cameras.
there's 30, 40 fans, parents,
Yeah.
kids for either side.
You know what?
So where's their protection?
About
Nowhere.
having less fans is that you can hear them better. Because when there's like 30,000 people
Just
all shouting at you,
And
it's just
roaring.
noise, and you don't really take in what they say. They just say, "Alright, you just shout." They just shout at
It's
you.
like a concert as well.
It's
Yeah,
just-
they
they're just
say.
shouting. They're
you
just
can't hear.
shouting now.
You just hear mumble.
So,
Yeah.
but when it's like 30 fans, you hear everything they say. Hear what they call
The
you.
small
They hear what they
details
say
goes
to
back,
you.
Yeah.
They hear what they think about you, and it's just. I feel like it's worse when there's less fans.
And especially now in grassroots and stuff where more young referees, like when we go into it during summer, where they're doing their first few games and everything, because my brother did it, he quit after 2 games because of the amount of abuse he faced. Bear in mind he was 15 at the time when he did his, and now he's double his age, and he's probably learnt more, but young referees 14, 15, 16, starting their career as a referee, it's just hard on them, because even the young kids, the parents want to, they want to be so good, they want to get into academies and everything. The parents shout at, like, my coach shouts at his kid on the pitch every game.
Is that wrong?
Depends
Not
what he's
really.
done.
That's not really wrong because
Shouting at them or encouraging them. There's a difference.
Yeah, depending
Like,
on.
what have you done there for? You need to press and like.
It's a bit like today when I was in school when I was playing footy and we there
I
was
scored a tapping for once.
not Patrick Bamford then.
If
And
30 parents were shouting at you, Ben, because you just made a mistake, how would you feel?
Want to knock them out.
Which you
Yeah.
can't.
Would it put you off more, your game? Would you
I
want to
think
come off?
if-
Would you?
if you were that sort of I think even like 30, 40 fans, you might like obviously it would be easier to hear them, but you might not be able to because if they were all shouting at once, obviously it'd be kind of harder to hear still. But I think if it probably what would be off-putting, doing like playing the game, like trying to referee the game when you've got the fans shouting a load of abuse. Obviously, I
It's
wouldn't.
hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what it's like because I don't actually go to grassroots games. Like, I'm just all staying at home watching Premier League and Championship and all that. And a lot more La Liga recently.
You might be watching Everton next year.
Yeah, be watching Championship. Well,
You're making jokes and you support.
might even see my own club there. Yeah, hopefully not because it will turn into full 16 years again, won't it?
Well, let's just ask Ol, would you think of becoming a referee, or with all this abuse and all that, would it scare you off?
It wouldn't scare me off. I'd probably brush the piece off because I can handle that.
Then,
But other referees might not be able to, and it might scare them away.
say for example though, like when you're saying that, then you've got people from either side. So say you're shouting somewhere and you look and you turn your back, you've got another pair of fans shouting, and then you don't know where to look because your head might be down for some referees, like you just said, and it is hard. Like
It's the same
especially
situation.
the young ones.
It's the same situation as players as well.
Yeah.
Because it was Mason Mount, wasn't it? Who's just recently come off Twitter. It's one of Chelsea players who's just recently come off Twitter because he was getting a ton loads of abuse. I wouldn't even be surprised it's Mason Mount because there's Rory Jennings who moans at him every time he's on Sky Sports saying, why is he doing TikToks when he's supposed to be training for Chelsea? You're 12th in the league.
Oh yeah.
In a relegation battle, quit it.
The
And
thing, the abuse he can face
yeah,
off the pitch as well through social media is also really bad.
yeah. Obviously
Even
there was that
players.
thing with Saka missing the pen.
Saka, Rashford.
Saka, Rashford and
Sancho.
Sancho. I think everyone, even United, it wasn't even United fans who were like actually proud of Sancho and Rashford actually scoring them pens. because of the loads of
Well,
abuse they got
look
after
at
that,
Rashford this
missing them.
season.
Yeah, that man's,
Just turned around.
like they say, different gravy.
Who do you think the young referees then?
It's a bit like
The young referees with the parents, it's more like bullying them.
Yeah. Just
Especially if you're like close to our age.
So say I'm a referee now
And then
and I
about
ref.
40, 50, taking their grandkids or kids to Saturday league football.
Sunday or league,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. And they're just shouting at like 17-year-olds because he may have like gave a tackle.
But then if you say that, that could also like go down, depends on what they say. They're still a minor.
Well, okay, all four of you here tonight. What would you want all the parents this weekend, or every weekend, but because it's the REFspect Awareness Weekend, what would you want all the parents, all the players, committee members do to help to support the referees this weekend?
Sit down, shut up, no abuse.
Should have left the ref play.
Well, not
The
necessarily
ref
should
Don't
have,
be a
they have
bully,
the
be a
right-
friend. Don't be racist, that woman.
They can shout.
I love it, Oliver.
Yeah.
I love it.
What did
Yeah.
you say, Ellen?
What would
Don't be
you?
a bully, be a friend. Don't be racist, that woman.
No.
Spot on. That's your poem on the back
of the
t-shirt.
Don't be abusive or aggressive.
Yeah?
Do you like
You
to
should be
sing the
aggressive or
song?
aggressive.
Yeah.
Let's sing.
Well, off
Oh, don't
that,
sing.
off that note, for our final words.
Well,
for people.
what you want to do is give a green card. I know there's only 2 there because I couldn't find any more. To all the referees this weekend. For all the referees together. Supporting them.
All the referees
And getting
showing
behind
respect.
them. And it's all about, we don't ask much with Don't Cross the Line. We've been going for 20 years. Our 20th anniversary, we're all celebrating that. You're looking really cool in your t-shirts. All I don't know whether are you going to be a referee with the Jaden and Dan?
I'm seriously considering it now.
Okay.
I might
Yeah.
generally go into it.
Well, that's brilliant.
We need more.
Three young referees, yeah. We might talk Ben into it in one day, might we? We'll see how
Yeah,
I'm
things
maybe.
sticking to me commentary, yeah.
I was gonna say
Okay.
you might be a referee for basketball.
But I'm sure Ben will be supporting you.
I'm a
Yeah.
coach for
Yeah.
basketball. Still actually have that qualification, but I haven't done it in a while. Yeah. I just forget about it. I'm actually...
Well, just
Coach,
before we
yeah.
go, we've got something to give out to someone. Begin with W.
Oh, yeah, you don't forgot
I've
this.
done it.
Here's one red card.
Yeah?
Wayne. So
Yeah. Who's it for?
Wayne.
Brooke
As
Wayne.
per usual.
Hey, he's been winning cups as well. And we'll get him in to interview. I'm sure you'll ask him questions about himself and his team.
Where is he?
And where is he?
And his travels.
Yeah, on his travels.
Colour pass.
Look, lads, it's been absolutely brilliant with you tonight. Support the REFspect. Get behind it. Dan, you'll get some posters and cards you can take with you for your last game tomorrow. You can get the images sent in. So for one last time, get everyone behind us. Tell them what to do. The info. Hold the cards up. An image with the referee,
Grab it.
with the parents, with the committee members, and make sure that that referee has a brilliant weekend. Whatever it is, it's only kids football. Go out, enjoy it, support your referee, get behind the young commentators, get behind all your teams, get behind the referee especially, and have a fantastic bank holiday weekend.
REFspect weekend too.
And I'll let you finish it off now, lads.
So, great show. It's the REFspect, so hopefully it gets more notice than it has been recently and gets up and up from there. But from now, it's a goodbye from me, Dan.
Yeah, Ben.
And June.
And over.
Yeah, and then
One last message.
What's this?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No ref.
Upside
No
down
ref.
as well.
Oh, is it?
No
Oh,
game.
no ref, no game.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Good night, God bless.
See you tomorrow at 7 myself.
Right.
Good night, everyone.
See you.